trying to dig at people.
Well, baby, if there's nothing to be found or dug up, then, I mean, it doesn't matter. My thing is, if you don't want your business in the street, don't do anything that you don't want in the street.
No, I mean, first, you know, I'm not perfect.
Right.
But when something goes on, I don't think it's suitable to continue to bring it up.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is. We're here with another video. We're just talking to you guys about the love and marriage, Martell and Melody situation, Eminem. Boom. All I need is life is me and my girlfriend, ride and dine to the very end. It's me and my girlfriend, Anyway, listen guys, let's get into the video. Look, so guys, I want to talk to you about the latest video that I watched, obviously on OWN TV, was obviously concerning Melody and Martell. And what I found quite interesting is how Martell approached the situation with Melody. Now,
Certain things that I don't think that was suitable.
Yeah, like what's a deal breaker?
Yes.
Okay. We always have those kind of conversations though.
I'm never confused, I'm never swayed by somebody's calm voice when it comes to actually how they feel. Now, Martell approached the situation with Melody acting very, very calm. Well, he should, because obviously he messed up. But, you know, he tried to obviously, you know, try to tell Martell that, Martell tried to tell Melody that, you know what, the dinner table wasn't the right place to bring up that conversation. Now, I think he may have missed what Melody was actually trying to do, because when I really reviewed the situation, Melody wasn't trying to find out people's opinions. She was trying to put you on blast, indirectly but directly. Okay? Melody's acting like a woman who's hurt, and rightly so. She's scorned. If my man, if I find out my girlfriend is cheating on me and I decide to stay with you, there is going to be a bit of resentment there. It's not a straight. I know that people say, you know, when you say, look, you know what, I forgive you of you cheating, you know, you should forget. No, it doesn't happen like that. There are going to be seasons and times where you are going to maybe say something, do something which is in direct relation to the fact that you're still hurt about the situation. One doesn't just recover from someone cheating on them. But
we have two friends that are about to get married, and I feel like my question about deal breakers, things you will put up with, things you won't put up with, these are things that should be discussed. So I think it was a great question, and I loved every bit of it.
I wanted to just pick up on a few things. You know, Martell said this is our business. Well, it no longer became it's no longer just our business, or even you can't tell me how to handle our business no longer concerning this situation, because you decided to step out.
Yeah, like you don't tell nobody like our business on what's going on. You know what I'm talking about? If we're talking to a counselor, it's different. When we're talking to anybody who could possibly go and just mention it to somebody else, the next thing you know, 100 people know our business.
And when you decided to step out of the relationship, you decided to break the trust that we have and the covenant that we have. You decided to break that. You broke the vows. And therefore, how I react, within reason, is how I react. You've got to deal with that. Do you get what I'm saying? If you bang someone in the face, you can't then try to dictate how they bang you back in the face. I've always said this. But in the case of Melody and Martell, I see Martell trying to do damage limitation to his reputation, because now everyone's going to know what he's really about. Now, this situation actually happened a year and a half ago. I didn't know it was that long ago, or a year ago, whatever. But like I said, you know, if this happened a year and a bit ago, it was never resolved. It was never resolved. It was never resolved. Meaning, there are things that are in the situation that have continuously happened, or there's not been a freedom of speech on Melody's part to be able to exercise how she truly feels, because this thing is still eating her. Like, if you watch her body language when Martell comes to the room to explain about the fact that it's business between them two, you know, it's almost smug. Like, I've got you now.
Because it's always like you're trying to start something with me. I'm serious though. I mean, it's not funny because it bothered me a lot. It's almost like you be trying to dig at people.
Yeah, I'm hitting you where it hurts, innit? Now I know you like your reputation. I know you like your image. You know, I know you want to pretend as if you've got everything sorted. But I'm going to hit you where it hurts. Yes, I'm saying this. Where, like, you know, the way she said it, like where else she was going to talk about it. Like, of course I'm going to talk about it at the dinner table. She's like, oh, the conversation was happening and I decided to inject that. Why was that injected into the conversation? That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't look like anybody was talking about that as a conversational piece. But she brought that in because, like I said, her objective is to hurt Martell. It's to hurt him in a way that is to exercise what she's feeling. Because, like I said, there's not been a clarity or there's not been a clearing of emotionals. Because this has been a year and a bit, you know. A year and a bit. But bear in mind, when he got caught the first time, he didn't cut off straight away. No, he dragged it on. He dragged it on. Like, he didn't just finish it straight away. He didn't cut communication. No, he dragged it on. And so therefore, like Melody was saying, there are probably, as she's pointed out, I think, a little bit, there are girls still, there's probably girls or a girl who's still calling her, you know, probably telling her information about what he done. And so therefore, the pain can never really be killed because that is always being dragged out of her because of something else. There's another thing, and another thing, and another thing that's going to remind me of what you've done. Do you get what I'm saying? I love the fact that when she was sitting there, you just look at her posture, legs crossed, like she's just ready, like, because the legs crossed just shows that, listen, I'm bossing the situation. I know what I'm doing. Don't think that I'm doing this out of an emotional sense. I'm calculating what I'm actually doing.
And the dinner.
Okay.
You know, the conversation that was at the table and you bringing up certain things that I don't think that was suitable.
Yeah, like what's a deal breaker?
Yes.
Okay. We always have those kind of conversations though. So
you know, you can see the poise that she holds when she's sitting there. She swivels as he comes round. She knows exactly what she's doing here. And I call it like the two-way trick because Martell tried to say, you know, like, you know, you brought that conversation up in the table and they're going to think that obviously Melody could be cheating or I could be cheating. And Melody said, listen, they already know it's a deal breaker for me if there's cheating involved. Therefore, it can't be me. Watch how she shifted him. She just played him nicely and let him know, listen, you already know that's my deal breaker. So they already know it can't be me.
Is Martell cheating or is Melody cheating?
well, nobody's wondering if Melody cheated because I said cheating is a deal breaker. Cheating is definitely something that I would get a divorce over.
Melody's got to be very careful in terms of dealing with this situation because the releasing of information on the table drags everybody into your situation. And when you drag everybody into your situation, you give everybody power to speak about your situation. Now, you can't control their mouths. So if they say something that you don't like, you can't now get angry. You decide to release that information into the atmosphere, you're going to get certain responses. And we see that because other people are having their conversations behind doors with their partners. But you can see that. As regards into respectful cheating, like I said, you know, maybe the word respectful is the wrong word. There is no way to respectfully cheat, but I understood her point of view, which is to say, you know, no girl should be calling her, no girl should be trying to replace her. That's a disrespect. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas it sounds like I said, if someone who fell into the trap of having sex and they were weak, disciplined in that area, then you know it's something different. And if you're trying to keep it under wraps, I understand that. But like I said, why did she try to blow it up in the table? Which means, like I said, she's had enough. You see, if she's blowing that information up on the table, she's had enough. So whatever's happening behind the scenes is still pissing her right up the royal tree. So she released the information then. Because I'm noticing behaviors about women and men that's different. You know, the woman doesn't want to be, just like men, doesn't want to be embarrassed. So why would she bring it up to the table of people around her?
I always have those kind of conversations though. So Marcel, you seem to be the one who's like committed, you stay committed. Do you think there's a deal breaker?
I haven't even thought about deal breaking because I haven't thought about breaking a deal.
We have two friends that are about to get married.
Like, I don't think that's their best friends. I think they're good friends, but not their best friends, you understand? So why did she bring up that table? Because those peers mean a lot to Martell. So releasing that information of poison to them was a way to beat a viper at him without going at him. Do you get what I'm saying? She's going to use them to get at him. Do you know what I'm saying? Because she knows he cares about his image in front of these people. He said, obviously, you know, talks about they should have a united front. And I would say this as well. You know, you can't, again, united front has to be discussed by both people. And like I said, if there's not been a clearing of discussion, there's not been a place where you've both been able to exercise how you truly feel.
When something goes on, I don't think it's suitable to continue to bring it up. And especially amongst the friends.
Well, that's what aren't friends supposed to be there for each other to help?
Considering that we're about to go into business with them, with our business, like you don't tell nobody like our business on what's going on. You know what I'm talking about? If we're talking to a counselor,
then a united front will always be difficult because the person who's been hurt is still trying to find a way of getting back at you. Like, because of our human nature, we want to do tit for tat. It's easy to say, oh, let it go and let it be. Let bygones be bygones. This is, you see, when you steal my money, yeah, It's painful because it's my blood, sweat and tears. When you cheat on me though, you've not only broken my trust, but I now can't look at you the same because I've placed my life into your hands. You understand? I've given you the most important part of me, not my money, but my heart. You understand? And I've placed it in your hands and said, listen, look after it. I trust you to look after it. And then you go and do what? You go and crush it with your bare hands. That lets me know you don't value truly my heart, even though it was a mistake. And so therefore, when someone cheats on you, it's like I said, it's painful beyond measure to be able to understand that. It's painful beyond words can really express. But know that if they haven't discussed this, Melody's being eaten up by this feeling. And, you know, even when Martell's explaining the fact that, you know, in cheating, you know, there is a way, you know, you have to be open to the process in terms of actually allowing a person to go through phone, etc., etc. It's absolutely right, you do. But it's still, like I said, doesn't really bring a closure to the person and how they feel about a particular situation.
Cheating is definitely something that I would get a divorce over. Sometimes you gotta look past the love you have for that person and you gotta accept the ugly truth, which is maybe this is just who they are. So.
You're almost talking like you got it from experience or something.
You are so funny, Martell.
Not trying to be, babe.
Just to let you know as well, so Martell obviously, like I said, had a girlfriend for a whole year, and it was a messy scandal, which obviously got found out after a while. And like I said, because then the girl was obviously calling, that's what caused a huge stir, because now Melody's not only found out you've been cheating, but now the girl, you know, is stepping on toes. You know what I'm saying? So it's a bit of a mad thing. And you know when you've forgiven somebody, and like I said, you've said, look, I'm letting things go, and then somebody keeps reminding you, again, it becomes very difficult to let the original situation go. You know, it's painful. So yeah, I believe that, you know, Melody was very calculated in the way she brought the information to the table. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she wanted out of that situation. You know, and it was her way of getting back at him. Without her, she probably wouldn't say it, but that was her way of getting back at him. And so unfortunately, he has to bear the brunt. You know, you do the crime, you end up going to do the time. And so that's what we're situation right now. So guys, listen, you don't know what time it is. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Like I said, there'll always be questions down below. Like what we do. I appreciate you. Stay blessed.